happens when art meets commerce on a massive global scale. When galleries, collectors, curators, and critics all gather under one roof, not just to look, but to buy, sell, and network. Welcome to the world of art fairs. Hello everyone, I am Akanksha. Welcome back to Flashback Friday Season 2, presented by Art with Abir. So today, we are not stepping into a museum or a finale. We are walking into the buzzing, fluorescent lit halls of the art fair, where culture and capitalism collide. This is the story of how art fairs rose to power and what they mean for the art world today. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is an art fair? At its core, an art fair is a commercial event. Galleries rent booths to display and sell work. Collectors come to browse and buy. Curators, critics, and journalists come to spot trends. But modern art fairs are more than just marketplaces. They are cultural spectacles with talks, performances, screenings, and curated sections. Some even rival museums in scales and ambition. And while they feel very contemporary, their roots go back centuries. How did art fairs begin? Earliest precursors were medieval trade fairs in Europe, where luxury goods, manuscripts, and decorative art were sold alongside spices and textiles. By the 17th and 18th centuries, sample fairs emerged, designed to advertise new products to wealthy buyers. But the modern art fair, as we know it, was born in the 20th century. In 1967, the Cologne Art Market launched in Germany. It was the first time galleries set up temporary stalls purely to exhibit and sell contemporary art. 3 years later, in 1970, Art Basel was founded in Switzerland. It quickly became the global benchmark, prestigious, curated, and international. From there, the model exploded. By the 2000s, art fairs were happening every weekend, across every continent. So, which are the major art fairs today? While there are hundreds, five stand out as the most influential. Art Basel in Switzerland, Miami, and Hong Kong. The gold standard where blue chips galleries meet blue chip collectors. Frieze in London, New York, and beyond. Known for its sharp curatorial vision and focus on contemporary art. The Armory Show in New York, one of the longest running showcasing modern and contemporary work. ARCOmadrid in Spain, a hub for European and Latin American art. Art Dubai in the Middle East, one a gateway between East and West with growing influence. These fairs set the tone for the global art market. They define trends, launch careers, and move millions of dollars in a single weekend. But what about India? India's art fair scene is younger, smaller, but growing fast. The India Art Fair, or IF, launched in 2008. Founded by Neha Kirpal, it started as the India Art Summit with just 30 galleries. Today, it is the largest commercial art event in the country, held annually in Delhi with over 70 exhibitors, including galleries, museums, and foundations. IAS was designed not just as a marketplace, but as a platform for dialogue, with talks, performances, and curated sections. Then came Art Mumbai, launched in 2019. Positioned as a more intimate, curated alternative, it focuses on building collector culture in India's financial capital. Both fairs play a crucial role in the Indian art ecosystem. They bring visibility to the galleries, connect artists with buyers, and create a sense of momentum. But here is the uncomfortable question. Are art fairs good for art? The answer is complicated. On the plus side, art fairs create access. They bring together galleries from different cities and countries, allowing collectors and audiences to see work they might never encounter otherwise. They generate revenue for galleries, artists, and the broader art economy. In a country like India, where institutional support is limited, fairs can be a lifeline. They also create buzz. A strong showing at a fair can launch an artist's career. It can put a gallery on the map, but there are serious downsides. What are the critics saying? First, the commercialization of art. Fairs prioritize what sells, not necessarily what is challenging, experimental, or culturally significant. This can push galleries towards safe, decorative, or trend driven work. Second, the pressure on artists. To keep up with fair schedules, artists may be asked to produce large volumes of work quickly, often without adequate compensation or creative freedom. Third, that despite public programming, fairs are fundamentally elite spaces. Entry fees, VIP previews, and high prices can make them feel inaccessible to most people. And finally, the environmental cost. Flying artworks, shipping booths, building temporary structures, the carbon footprint of a single art fair is a significant. So where does this leave us? Art fairs are not going away. They are now a central infrastructure of the art world. But they are not neutral. They reflect the values and the contradictions of the system they operate in. In India, fairs like IAS and Art Mumbai are doing important work. They are building markets, creating networks, and giving visibility to artists. But they also raise urgent questions. Who gets to participate? What kind of art is rewarded? And who is left out? Perhaps the real challenge is not to reject art fairs, but to imagine how they can become more inclusive, more thoughtful, and more accountable. Because art is not just a product, it's a practice, and the spaces where it is shown should reflect that. This was Flashback Friday with Art with Abir. See you next week, where another story from the art world helps us understand the images on your screen today.